I can't speak for others with BPD, but one of the main reasons why it's so hard for me to reach out to others when I need help, when I'm spiraling, is because it is theorized that my BPD started when I was around 8 years old. BPD is borderline personality disorder, by the way. I'm 31 years old now, and I didn't get any help until I was in my mid to early 20s, right? What that means is that for most of my life, I had to come up with my own survival tactics and coping mechanisms on how to deal with everything. One of those things is being my spirals. Now, when I was a teenager, the spirals and the emotions got so intense that they just turned off for a very long time. Now, it still happens from time to time, not as often, but it's happened and it's happening right now. My emotions are turned off. I don't really feel too much. Now, the tricky thing with that comes this immense amount of clarity and being able to logic my way through damn near everything and justify what has happened and justify what is happening and what most likely will happen. Now, you couple these two things together. Now, as an adult who has survived all these years with this disorder, and we get a problem. And that problem, to me, is kind of a unique one, where my spirals aren't as long-lasting as they used to be, but they are short and intense spikes. And the waves happen often when I'm as triggered as I am right now, which is also rare for me to be this triggered. So what ends up happening to me is this. If I don't reach out right away, there's a good chance I won't. And if you don't answer right away, there's a good chance I won't talk about what's going on. Because unless it is a very, very, very severe spiral that needs professional attention right away, and it needs me to be put on watch, I will most likely figure out what's triggering me, solve or numb out my emotion, and move on to the next volatile emotion or the next state of being, which might not even be volatile. It might just literally be me finding peace and clarity within the next 5 to 10 minutes. And because I know this, it makes it very difficult for me to reach out, because I don't want to be a burden on someone. And then they realize that one second I'm going to be crying my eyes out. The next second I'm going to be furious at myself for crying my eyes out. The following second I'm going to be completely numb to everything and then snap back to reality like nothing happened. Do you understand how difficult it is to have to reach out to someone and hope that they'll answer within 5 minutes? I can tell you right now, it's not something that you look forward to waiting to see if they will or won't answer. And it's because of that I had to find ways to speed up my brain and process everything at a very rapid rate. And it's because the fear of vulnerability and abandonment that makes reaching out so much harder. Because unlike the past where it could be days or hours, it's minutes now. But the minutes and the episodes keep happening. And the disassociation is stronger than the last, and then the last, and then the last, which makes those minutes seem like months to me. And I know that there's a good chance that if I do reach out to someone, whoever it may be, and that if they don't answer right away, I will feel like they are abandoning me. They're leaving. They're abandoning me. They don't want anything to do with me. That I'm broken. That I'm a monster. And that's why they didn't answer. Because they can't handle what's going on. So what does that mean? That means I just handle everything on my own. I'm not saying that this is the correct thing to do. I'm merely stating that this is one of my biggest problems. And people will always say that they will be there for you. And you would hope that to be true. But you also have to understand that no one is obligated to show up for you. You're only obligated to show up for yourself. That's why it makes it so difficult for me to reach out. Because there's a good chance that by the time someone does reach out, that the episode is over and that it's almost meaningless to talk about what's going on. So instead, I just suffer. I suffer alone. I grit my teeth. I remind myself that this is just a moment and it too shall pass. And I just wait for the next wave to hit. And the next wave to hit. I really don't wish I had to do it on my own. But I'm also fully aware that people can't always be on standby for you. And that you have to be on standby for yourself. And that is precisely why I tell others, you gotta make sure that you can show up for yourself. You gotta make sure that you're gonna be okay. Because as much as others want to be there for you, at the end of the day, and at the start of the day, even if you have a partner and someone's sleeping next to you, you are the only one that knows what's going on up in here and in here. So you gotta learn how to be good by yourself, so then you can hope that others can actually help you and get there in time to help you. And I know it's scary, and I know it'd be easier just to rely on someone else and fall upon them in your moments of need, but you gotta learn how to fall upon yourself. You gotta learn how to stand up by yourself, so then you can understand and accept the help of others.